on closed session?
Have none in person and none on Zoom.
Okay, then we'll recess to closed session until 6 p.m.
Calling the meeting to order. Hold on, join without video. I'm progress. Sorry about that. So I am joining the meeting. Yes. We are calling the meeting to order for the Sequoia Union High School District, Wednesday, June 26th. It is now 6:10. And so we will get started. And so I'm going to open up with public comments.
Roll call.
Oh, roll call, please.
Trustee Ginn.
Here.
Trustee Dubois.
Here.
Trustee Koo.
Here.
Trustee Koo is on Zoom. Vice President Norrie.
Here.
President Stevenson.
Here.
A quorum is present.
So sorry about that. We're going to do closed session report out. So by a vote of 4 board
approval of agenda.
Oh, sorry. I'm skipping everything. Approval of the agenda. Does anybody want to pull anything?
Second.
Sorry, who was the motion?
I'm sorry, y'all.
I'll move to approve the agenda.
I'll second.
All in favor? Or roll call?
Aye.
All in favor? Aye. Okay.
Aye.
Oh. Okay. Okay, because the approval agenda wasn't on here. Okay. So now we're going to go to item 6 and do the report out for the closed session. And I have one thing to report out. By a vote of 4 board members in favor, and 1 against, which is Trustee Norrie, the Board of Trustees approved the settlement agreement for case number 2023-2024-16. Okay, thank you. There's no other reports out at this time. So I'm gonna get that to you. All right, so now we're gonna go into special recognition.
That was fast. So tonight, we are recognizing, she should be sitting in the front row. Would you like to move to the front row real quick? Okay. So tonight, we are recognizing someone truly exceptional and a vital part of the accounting team. Abigail, so formal. Abigail Ramirez, how do you say your last name? Raziel. Gong to the podium to tell us more about Abby's position and her outstanding work ethics. And I also believe we will be joined by the Director of Business, Vanita Singh. Okay.
Good evening. It is my privilege to recognize someone truly exceptional within our district. Today, we honor Abigail Ramirez Rosio, a payroll technician too, whose outstanding contributions have significantly impacted district. Abby has been a vital part of the accounting team for over 10 years, consistently demonstrating professionalism, dedication, and an unwavering commitment to excellence. In a role that is often behind the scene but critical, she ensures that our teachers, staff, and administrators are paid accurately and on time each and every month. Just to provide a context of the scale, on a monthly basis, the district processes payroll for approximately 1,150 employees and 350 timesheets. The district has been trying to fill this position, payroll technician position, for over a year, During this time, Abby has stepped up to cover both certificated and classified payroll function. She has educated herself with regulation relating to both retirement system and different bargaining unit contracts, making sure that payroll processes run smoothly and efficiently. Beyond her technical expertise, what truly sets her apart is the dedication to our district's mission and value. Her commitment to fostering a positive work environment and her willingness to train staff with her knowledge and expertise. Today, we recognize Abby for her tireless work ethic, attention to detail, and genuine care. Abby, you play a crucial part in keeping our district functioning smoothly, and we are all profoundly grateful. Please join me in congratulating Abby, and we look forward to many more years of excellence with her on our team.
There's always an argument about like who has the most important role in a district. HR will often say hiring is the most important role. But let's not forget it. You may get them on the payroll, but if there is no payroll, they will not come to work. So I'd like to divert someone over. Can we take a picture? Benita, would you join us? Christine, would you join us? Sorry, we're gonna have to cut this one out. And maybe it's not true because if there were people to hire people, I would. How would you like to join us?
It's all yours.
I mean, you can take your own.
I noted that Edith has her hand up. Did we want to check in with her? Because I think I skipped over public comment. Okay, can we have her come on for recognition?
Yes, I thank you so much. I just wanted to echo all of the sentiments about Abby. She is someone that our members depend on for information about their pay, and she always is very quick, very prompt with the response, very clear, and is really friendly about it too, which is an added bonus. So we really appreciate everything she does.
Thank you, Edith. She hears you, she's smiling. So thank you. So now we are going to go to public comment, which is item 8. Here it is. So before we get started with public comments, I will read this out. The board does not act upon any matter that has not been agendized except under limited circumstances as permitted by law. It is a policy of the board to refer matters raised in the forum to staff for investigation and or action where appropriate. Board policy ordinarily limits the time to be devoted to single agenda topic to 10 minutes and individual speakers accordingly to up to 3 minutes. Particularly on an agenda item because many speakers wish to address that item, and the board may reduce the time allocated to 2 minutes or 1 minute as appropriate. The board will announce the amount of time to be allocated to each speaker before public comments at each particular agenda item. We ask that all speakers keep within the limits. So, Laura, do we have any public comments?
There are no comments in person. Are there any public comments on Zoom? Raise your hand now, please.
Okay.
There are no hands raised.
There are no hands. Great, thank you. So now we're going to move to item 9, Board of Trustee correspondence. I do not have any. I'm just checking with Laura just to make sure. So we don't have those items.
You're-
And now we're going to go to the Board of Trustee and Superintendent comments and committee reports. I'm going to start with starting down here. Anything, Rich?
I have no comments today.
Okay. Are you raising your hand? I'm sorry, I can't see. Are you raising your hand? Okay, go ahead.
Well, Rich and I did. You forgot one thing. We did the Redwood City Together retreat, and I thought that was very good. Kind of just re-looking at the various goals. God, if I'm missing anything. One of the things that I suggested, I don't know if it went over very well. I think there could be maybe a tighter connection with the county of San Mateo. Maybe, right? Especially for some of our, most needy kids. Maybe with attendance, maybe with a stronger mental health collaboration or social worker connections. Like some families might benefit from a social worker and might really want a social worker. So I kind of brought that up. I don't know whether it's going to go anywhere because it seems like that part of the connection isn't as strong in that group, especially how it feeds to the school districts. And I know that the county at one point helped to fund some of our mental health programs, especially at Sequoia High School. So anyway, just wanted to let you know that I did bring that up. The only other thing to report is that I went to the adult school graduation. It was incredible. It was just one of the best graduations I've ever attended. The student speeches were so strong. One of the speakers was a high school dropout. He had a very rough teenage experience, dropped out of school, got into the construction trades, became very successful, but really wanted to get his high school diploma. So used our adult school. His speech was so eloquent. And another woman from Uganda described her childhood experience and how even though she grew up in a very high poverty situation, was trying to figure out ways to give back to her community. And she was so grateful to our district for providing the adult school so that she could get an education. So the whole experience made me so very proud of the work we do as a school district. That's it.
Thank you. I'm going to go to Trustee Koo first. Do you have
Sure.
anything? I can't see you. So I have to
Yeah,
tell.
so I just wanted to share that I'm planning to attend the CLSBA Unity Conference. That's going to be held in Monterey this year. Usually it's in October and there's way too many things going on, but they moved it up to the beginning of August. I don't know that we've ever attended in the past, but the focus is on Latino students. So I'm attending and I'll be happy to share any feedback or lessons learned from the conference with you all in our first meeting in August. That's it.
Thank you so much, Trustee Nori.
Yeah, I don't have much. I don't have anything to say. Report out.
Thank you. Only thing I have to report out for myself is just I was out of town. I want to thank the team while I was out on an emergency with my dad. But in that spirit of visiting my dad, I learned a whole lot about high school because I had to go through a bunch of paperwork. And so just really thinking about how high school has changed and the opportunities for our students. So I'm excited about that. I was reached out from a community program, and I'm going to give that information to you. I'll just email it to you about how to partner with our district, not money or anything like that, but just how to support our college and career students. And so that was the primary thing that has come up with some of our students. And then recently, I'm having 7th grade parents start to ask me about their school options as a social worker. So I'm like, Sequoia this and Sequoia that. And oh, there are these other programs that are really great too. And so I do think people are starting to wonder probably a little bit earlier about different options of school. So hopefully we can get information out to the community about all the wonderful options. And when I was sharing our small school options, the small schools within the large schools, and the different options that we have, and the different academies and things of that sort, the families were like, oh, I didn't know about that. So that just goes back to our strategic plan, the draft of that, students belong here and that we have something for everyone, and that our diverse connections will help them grow, because they're also looking at that as well. So just wanted to share that with you, and just have been hearing really good things out in the community about our schools. So wanted to share that. Superintendent, do you have any comments?
I do. I just have a few. Since our last board meeting, summer school has been up and running and seems to be running greatly at all of our campuses, and good show. I know that Assistant Superintendent Beal has been filling in a little bit at Woodside, and we had about 500 attendees at Woodside. So we got some good numbers at our large schools, as well as all of our schools do offer some type of summer school enrichment. Also, everything just still blurs together, even though it's summertime. On the 14th, cabinet and the principal corps had our retreat before the end of the year, and we engaged in a lot of good professional development around rich student talk and also the strategic plan implementation. I want to thank the board for their commitment to doing their board self-evaluation that we did in our mini retreat. That was also Monday the 17th. So I appreciate you as far as that goes. And I'm looking forward to some quiet time as July approaches. And so thank you.
As you go on vacation as of tomorrow. Okay. Also, so now we're at item 11, and we're going to take some comments from, I think we have both our union partners here. We're going to start with Sequoia District Teacher Association, SDTA.
I am super, super excited to speak to you today because of who is coming up after me. And I don't want to steal any of his thunder, except just to share with everyone how incredibly proud I am of Chris Shapoister, who was a former student of mine at Sequoia. And you will notice in all of the wonderful things that he does, he doesn't speak Spanish. So you can take from that what you may about me as a teacher. But I am incredibly proud of him and the things that he is going to speak about. Beyond that, I wanted to talk about the fact that we in SDTA and AFSCME and the district have been working to work together towards some common goals. I'm really, really excited about the AFSCME TA that you're going to hopefully approve later in this meeting, because I think it finally the district is finally putting its money where its mouth is in you know what I mean? I feel very Shawneese at the moment. I'm not saying what I mean to say, but you know what I mean. But the district has long said that healthcare for everyone is a value that it holds. And with this agreement, you're finally coming through with that in a meaningful way for some of our employees who need that support the most. And I'm really proud of the district and proud of AFSCME for that. And I won't say anything else about SDTA because we're still in bargaining.
Thank you so much. We now have American Federation of State, County, and Municipal Employees, ASME, with Chris Shapoister. There it is.
Thank you. My name is Chris Shapoister. I pronounce it Ship Oyster. It's an easy way to remember it that way. I'd like to introduce myself as the newly appointed chapter president. Sort of. It's a tall order. I have my work cut out for me, but we're doing good work, and we're extremely grateful for everything that the district and the board has done for us. I just stand before you with profound gratitude. We're at a historic moment in our organization's journey, one that will resonate for decades. The achievement of full single-party healthcare coverage for our part-time employees. This landmark decision by the district and the board exemplifies our collective commitment to equity and support for all members of our community. And I just want to thank everyone here today, including the HR department and their collaboration with us. We're being seen and we're being heard. So thank you guys so much. We really appreciate it.
Thank you so much for being here. Now we're going to do the approval of the consent agenda. The board action to improve the following items was taken simultaneously with one motion, which is not debatable or requires a unanimous roll call vote for passage. The action indicated on the items deemed to be considered full and action taken as worded within. Only members of the board and the superintendent may remove items from the consent agendas. Members of the public may provide comments at the start of the agenda, which may convince a board member or superintendent to remove an item for further discussion. Motion is to waive the reading of the consent, accept the reports, adopt the motion, adopt the resolution, and approve other items. Are there any public comments?
There are none in person.
Before that, I need to pull an item.
Okay, so now before no public comments. So we have public comments
a hand
and then
up
you
in
can remove
Zoom.
after it.
But if they speak to the item that's on the agenda before I remove it.
Okay.
So point of order. Do they
So-
speak to the item before how does that work, Laura?
Because that's the order that I have here.
Do you know point of order?
I think we should hear.
Okay, let's hear the public comment.
I think it might make sense if the commenter is going to comment on the specific item, another superintendent already intends to pull it. Should it be the same comment?
Yeah, okay. All right.
So we're pulling item 12.9.
Is that coming back to a future meeting?
Not at this time.
Okay, let me put that down. Any other item to be pulled? Okay, public comment.
We have one in Zoom, Edith Salvatore.
Hello. I wanted to comment on, I think it's items 12.6.
Edith, can you speak up, please?
Yes, I want to comment on items 12.6 and 12.7, new job description for the Executive Director of Student Services and the revised job description for the current Director of Student Services position. Echoing my previous concerns about the increase in the number of administrative positions, especially considering that there was another one just a few meetings ago. I wanted to restate that concern, but also share that the superintendent has made me aware that there is the intention to sunset one of the student services coordinator positions. So this would not be a net increase in the number of administrative positions for the district office. And I just wanted to make sure that was noted along with the approvals.
Okay, thank you very much. So is there a motion?
A move to approve the consent agenda
With
A
accept.
second.
as amended.
Okay, thank you.
Roll call. Trustee Ginn,
Yes.
Trustee Dubois,
Yes.
Trustee Koo,
Yes.
Vice President Nori,
Yes.
President Stevenson.
Yes.
Motion passed 5-0.
Okay, so we're gonna jump to item 13. Ooh, hold on, where is 12, where's 13 at? 13? Oh, that's 12.40. Because I'm like, thank you. because it was like 40 items. Okay. So 13.1, the approval of the tenant agreement between the American Federation State, County, and Municipal Employees, Local 829 in Sequoia Union High School District. Are there any public comments at this time?
I have none in person. Are there any public comments on Zoom? Please raise your hand. I see none on Zoom.
So are we going to present anything?
All right. Well, good evening, Board President Shani Stevenson, Board Member Superintendent Leach, Todd Beal, Assistant Superintendent of Human Resources. Pleased to announce that we do have the agreement set forth in front of you, the TA, with the district and AFSCME. As Mr. Shapoister had stated earlier, this was a great collaboration with the association and the district, and with the great direction from the board and superintendent. Very excited to announce this. It was brought forth, as Mr. Shapoister said, it's basically some landmark decisions that were made in here to assist our classified staff, especially our part-time staff, related to benefits. The other parts we have on here had to do with catastrophic leave, and this is putting together a committee to further look at catastrophic leaves and the options that are there for our employees. We also have on the TA stipends for higher education. So as we are an educational institute, one thing we wanted to do is support our classified side when it comes to improving their education. So what we have on here is a stipend for those who earn either a bachelor's or master's degree above what is required of their current position. So if they require for the position, they wouldn't get the stipend, but if it's not required and they obtain their bachelor's or master's degree, then they would receive an additional stipend for doing so. Again, supporting the educational concept for our district. We also have an article on discipline. This was T8, and this was clarifications on the discipline articles and the new laws that have been put into place. And I think that was it. And the last thing to mention on here, again, these were reopeners from the 03-04 school year. What we still have, 23-24 school year, what we still have available for discussion this upcoming year is still salaries is open as part of the reopeners from this past year.
Are there any questions? Okay. So move for approval.
So moved.
Second?
We have to do roll call.
Because Amy's on Zoom, yes. Trustee Ginn,
Yes.
Trustee Dubois,
Yes.
Trustee Koo,
Yes.
Vice President Nori,
Yes.
President Stevenson.
Yes.
Motion passed 5-0.
Great. Thank you. Now we're going to do 13.2. This was brought back for us for vote. We had a presentation last week. Oh, not last week, 2 weeks ago. Okay. Approval of the Sequoia Union High School District. I know, I got to read the title first. Okay. School districts 2024-2025, LCAP for 2023-2024, local indicators. Is there any public comments?
There are none.
There are none. So we can put this to motion.
I move to approve the LCAP.
Second?
Roll call.
Trustee Ginn,
Yes.
Trustee Dubois, Trustee Koo,
Yes.
Vice President Nori,
Yes.
President Stevenson.
Okay.
President Stevenson, yes.
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
Motion passed, 5 in favor, 0 nays.
Okay. So now we're going to do 13.3, the approval of the East Palo Alto Academy 2024-2025 LCAP and LCFF local indicators. This was brought back as an action item as you presented last time. And so are there any public comments at this time?
I have none in person and Zoom.
Okay.
None.
Any comments from the board? If it is your desire, please create a motion.
I move to approve the East Palo Alto 2024-2025 proposed LCAP.
I second?
Roll call.
Trustee Ginn,
Yes.
Trustee Dubois,
Yes.
Trustee Koo,
Yes.
Vice President Nori,
Yes.
President Stevenson.
Yes.
Motion passed 5-0.
Okay. Same with this one. Okay. All right, y'all, we're on a roll. We might get out before dark. So 13.4, the adoption of the proposed budget for 2024-2025 school year is the same action. We had a presentation last time, and so we're gonna open it up for public comment.
I have none in person. Anyone on Zoom?
One on Zoom?
No,
None
there are
on
none on
Zoom.
Zoom.
Okay, any board comments? All right, can someone put a motion out there?
I move approval of the proposed budget for the 2024-2025 school year.
A second.
Roll call?
Trustee Ginn,
Yes.
Trustee Dubois,
Yes.
Trustee Koo,
Yes.
Vice President Nori,
Yes.
President Stevenson.
Yes.
Motion passed 5-0.
Okay, now we're going to move to the approval of the 2024-2025 fund balance and reserve requirement. Any public comments?
I have none in person. Any in Zoom? I see no hands in Zoom.
All right, so Assistant Superintendent Ms. Gong will come do a wonderful presentation, correct? There's no presentation? Okay.
Does the board have any questions?
Any board having questions? All right. So motion?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call?
Trustee Ginn,
Yes.
Trustee Dubois,
Yes.
Trustee Koo,
Yes.
Vice President Nori,
Yes.
President Stevenson.
Yes.
Motion passed 5-0.
Yeah, we're really moving quickly. All right, Krista might get out of here for her vacation after all. So let's look at 13.6, everyone. This is the district strategic plan. Is there any public comment?
I have none in person. Are there any on Zoom? I see no hands raised. Oh, we do have one on Zoom. I don't see it.
I don't see your hand. Edith, did you have your hand up? Okay.
No comments.
Yep. I think, I don't think there's any other comment. I think you were gonna look at the, making sure that the pictures on there were a little bit more inclusive.
The pictures have been updated.
Thank
Mhm.
All righty. Any other comments from the board? Yes, Carrie.
I just wanted to thank our superintendent. So sometimes I don't believe in strategic planning processes. But I thought this was such a thorough process. I appreciate all the community engagement. I appreciate the company you hired to walk us through a detailed process. And it's a darn good document. So I just wanted to thank you for your leadership.
Anyone else? I can't see Amy. Do you have anything to say? You can say no. I just can't.
Yeah, I just want to thank everyone actually in the community for working on this process. And I think we have a really strong strategic plan to move forward with.
Yeah, I was very excited. I've been actually sharing it with the community verbally, not until we get the approved plan out there. But I think there's going to be something said where we can really rally around and pull everyone towards the center, where we can kind of move towards what we want as a vision for our district. And I think it's pretty good. I read through it again from after I slept and all that good stuff, and was like, oh, there's something in here for everybody. So I just want to appreciate that. I know that there were bumps in the road, but we learned from those as well. So I look forward to the implementation plan and the goal setting for yourself around that. So thank you so much. So we have to put it to a vote.
I'll move to approve.
A second.
Okay, roll call.
Trustee Ginn,
Yes.
Trustee Dubois,
Yes.
Trustee Koo,
Yes.
Vice President Nori,
Yes.
President Stevenson.
Yes.
Motion passed 5-0.
The clock is not on. What time is it? Okay, what time? Yeah, 6:44. We're almost, we're at future agenda items. Am I right? Am I seeing things?
Yeah, we're moving very fast.
All right, do we have any future agenda items?
The next board meeting is scheduled for August 21st.
Yes, we are coming back August 21st and we will.
And everybody should have a convocation on their calendars. We might want to remind everybody of
When
that
is the
date.
convocation again?
Convocation is August 12th. There'll be more information in the Friday update, and Laura will, I think she's already shared calendar reminders with you all.
Okay, yes. Any other questions before we close out? Amy, can't see you. Any questions?
No, no questions.
Well, I will say oh, I'm sorry. Before we leave, we will now be returning to closed session. Happy summer, everybody. Yay!